to places here in the US and around the world where people are simply living longer. This morning, Dr. Memidaz, host of The Dr. Oz Show, is here with 7 great tips to help get you there. Doc, good to see you. Good morning. Before we get to your tips here, how much of this is just plain genetics? 2/3 of how you age is your lifestyle, not your genes, really. Especially by age 50, most of what's going to happen in your life is going to make it, be altered by the lifestyle tips, and the ones we're going to present today are the most important. But there are many others that are beneficial. But here's the big story: if you can hear my voice right now and you're healthy, you should be able to live to age 100 and feel like you're 60. Alright, let's tell people how. The first thing, you say you want to drink some black tea or coffee every day. It turns out that the caffeine actually has a huge benefit. Number 1 source of antioxidants in America is coffee, so you want to get those antioxidants to help you rejuvenate your body and keep your cells. How much a day? 2 to 3 cups a day. You want about 200 milligrams of caffeine, so depending on how powerful the cup of coffee is, you'll alter it, the titrate, because tea will give you things besides caffeine that are beneficial as well. But in addition, they reducing cancer rates. They help with lots of other things, including keeping your brain sharp, reducing Alzheimer's. I love cinnamon. You say that's a good thing. Hugely important. Maybe the most important thing I'm going to say today is put cinnamon in your coffee or tea, not sugar. Here's why: if you're a diabetic, a type 2 diabetic, or pre-diabetic, you'll reduce the chance you're becoming, suffering high blood sugar by almost 30% if you make cinnamon your main beverage. As rather spice in your beverages, it actually helps your liver deal with insulin more effectively. I'd eat more nuts every day. What kind of nuts work? All nuts from trees work, but this is breaking news. It turns out that peanuts, which are legumes, they come under the ground, they work as well. People say, I don't want to have nuts, I'll get fat. Not true. All the data we have shows that people eat nuts actually lose weight and reduces mortality rates by 20% if you have a handful of nuts every single day of the week. But again, these kind of not honey roasted nuts or things like that, where you put on really raw nuts that are authentic and not irradiated, get more purple in your life, harvesting the power of the sun. Think about the rainbow. All those colors come into fruits and vegetables. You want that nutrient source in your body. It can come in the form of brainberries, with like blueberries, they help your brain. Actually, blackberries, red wine counts 2, blue potatoes, anything with the color blue that's naturally blue that comes out the ground looking that way is helpful. Alright, let's take a little walk now, because that is one of your other tips. You say take a daily walk, and then something interesting on the other side of that. So, a million women study just came out from the United Kingdom, showed that women who walked only 10 minutes a day were able to dramatically reduce their mortality rates. So, we're learning more and more about how little activity can benefit you. But here's the big deal: lift the foot up. Do it with me. Let's see how you can do this. You can do the tree pose. Can you do this? Are you balance on one leg? Yeah. Why? Because frailty is the number 1 killer of all of us. Matt, if I get rid of all the cancer in America, we live maybe 3 years longer. That's it. What kills us is we get so frail we can't weather the storm of getting a bad diagnosis. We can't persevere in times of difficulty, and it takes us out. If you actually break your hip, 20 chance you'll be dead that year. Because what's really happening is you're so weak your hip couldn't hold you anymore, right? Alright, let's move on. Next thing is sleep. You say get more sleep. The reason I like sleep is because if you can get 1 hour more, dramatically affects cancer rates, high blood pressure rates, 30% less chance of being hypertensive if you get 1 extra hour of sleep. Hypertension is number 1 ager of all, and so you can treat it with sleep rather than medications. Why not try it? Getting an Our sleep is not easy, you got to work at it, but it's worth the investment. Sleep single most underappreciated problem we have in America, not underappreciated around here. Let's get to the last thing, and you say reach out to one friend a day. Why is that going to help me live longer? The human species has weathered storms of adversity because we talk to each other. We create social networks, and now we have tools to make it easier. I prefer you go visit someone, but you can call them right now. Text someone that you care about. Build that social framework. It actually reduces death rates 20% if you can get a team around you. And see that red wine I showed you over there? Walk with me for 1 second. Okay. We can beat Catholic and Hoda to the wine today. Alright, so if you take some of the foods we talked about, natural foods, beverages, combine them with a little bit of a conversation, that's why these work. It actually allows us to look at each other's eyes and realize that we're drops of rain falling into the ocean of humanity. This is what lets us live longer. If you give your heart a reason to keep beating, you'll live longer. Well put. And again, 2/3 of longevity, lifestyle and diet, not genetics. Cheers. Good to see you, and you can catch more of Dr. Oz's advice weekdays on the Dr. Oz Show. Just check your local listings.